My name is Cameron Pfeiffer, and I work here at Letta. Brief overview on the Discord Hackathon. As you can see, the words are written up here. You will have 48 hours starting on Friday, September 5th at 6 p.m. Pacific Central Time. The general theme of this contest is personality design. So stateful agents are different than most other forms of agents or language models or whatever it is you work with. Stateful agents develop, they grow, they learn, they evolve. You design a memory architecture, you talk to them, you correct them on their behavior, you give them different kinds of tools, you put them in different environments. And over time, your agent will develop a personality. It will become more stable, it will start developing personality quirks, things that you might enjoy about it or dislike about it, but your stateful agents become more and more of a distinct entity the longer you spend working. So the goal of personality design is to focus on this aspect of creating a stateful agent that's actually interesting or good or useful. And so we're going to measure this in this hackathon using 3 categories. If you know anything about language models or working with AI in general, you will know that language models are not funny. It's very hard to get them to be funny. So our first category here is going to be to try to create an agent that is actually capable of making people laugh in some meaningful way. You can choose to do this any way you want, but any agent that you submit to this category should actually be funny in some kind of way. And that doesn't have to be how it can talk, but its actions or how it thinks or anything like that should be humorous in some way. Useful. And I apologize for my handwriting. I'm not good at handwriting. Useful agents are agents that accomplish a task in a useful way. Hopefully they're not annoying, but your agent should have some kind of capability, something that it can do in the real world that is actually meaningful, that solves a problem. Agents that you submit to this category should be functional. They should accomplish a goal. Decide what that goal is, and then design your agent to accomplish that goal in a clear way. Number 3, stateful agents can be a form of art. You are developing a character, you're developing a personality. It may have a story arc as you work with it to develop its personality. It can be a novel concept implemented in an interesting way. This is a category where you can kind of explore artistic expression for artificial intelligence. Ideally, your agent that you submit to this category should be interesting. Somebody should look at your agent and sit up and think, I haven't seen that before. I don't know if it's particularly useful. I don't think it's particularly funny, but there's something about this agent that feels different. And whether that can be because, if you know anything that I work on Void, which is a social agent on the Blue Sky network that remembers everybody. People would describe Void as being distinct. It feels weird. It can be funny sometimes. It's not particularly useful, but it is creative. And if you want to build an agent that is a creative and functional entity, try and submit it to the 3rd category. You may submit 1 agent per category. 1 agent per category. You don't have to submit to all 3. You can spend most of your time building just 1 agent very well. And I do recommend that, for people, because if you haven't done a lot of stateful agent design, it may be very difficult to be competitive in all 3 of these categories. At the end of the hackathon, you will submit your agents along with a 3-minute video and or a brief write-up of what your agent is and what it does. You should also submit the agent file that goes along with your agent. Agent files in Letta are just a way of snapshotting an agent so that you can give it to somebody else so they can download it and run with it. If you are interested, you can also make your agent public. We have an upcoming thing called the agent file directory that is a public way of essentially trading stateful agents. If you would like to make your agent public, you can let us know and we will give you the functionality to publish it. That would also be fantastic. Within each of these categories, you will be judged basically on how well you fit the category. Does your agent actually make me laugh? You will also be judged on actually using Letta very well. So if you kind of explore memory architecture, if you have a creative use of tools, anything like this will get you kind of bumped up. Your agent should generally be of a high quality. It should feel like somebody invested time into it. I will also be participating, so there's a shark in the tank. I can also help you set up a social agent. If you want to run something on Blue Sky, just let me know. I'll steer some code around and kind of get you through getting your agent up and running. And now comes the most important part, which is prizes. First, there will be a $250 reward or $250 in equivalent value. If you're outside of the US, it may be difficult for us to send you dollars, so we'll probably try and send you something that sort of works like $250. That is per category. If you win all 3 categories, you will get $750. Not bad. We will send you swag. So right now, a lot of the swag that we have is like cups and stuff. So you get some nice cups and mugs and things like that. We will have shirts later. We will send like shirts to winners when we have like actual shirts. They're very nice. So you will enjoy those. So you will get swag. You will get credibility. Everyone will think you're cool. And more seriously, people don't really know how to build stateful agents. They're so new. Most people are not familiar with the fact that you can build a distinct artificial intelligence entity with memory, with separate skills, with a history. And understanding how to make something funny or useful or creative actually gets you really far in the world of AI. So we'll blast you around on all the social media channels, and we might do like an interview or something like this, but this is a good way to showcase the fact that you understand something that's completely new. These are self-improving artificial intelligence entities, and you can be at the frontier of exploring how they work. And so this is a great opportunity to showcase your ability to understand something good. Recap of timelines. You will have Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. You will have until Sunday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time to make your submissions. We will do judging on Monday and then final announcements on Tuesday. There will be a community voting period between Sunday and Monday. So when you submit your agent, somebody can go take a look at it and be like, yeah, that was pretty funny, and then vote for it. So if you'd like to participate in community voting, please do so. You do not have to be a person who knows how to program. You can do some of this with code if you like. But for the most part, you could probably just do this entirely in the agent development environment. Anyway, full send, dude.